Hello, welcome back to the channel. So this week we're in Carfrae farm in Haddington in East Lothian. We're here on a trip we visit Scotland, and this weekend we're looking to explore as much of East Lothian as we possibly can. It's a great area of the country. I've been here before. It's got coastline, it's got walks, it's got lots and lots of food. Luckily this place that we're staying on has got an amazing farm shop as well, so we're going to go in there shortly. Going to go and pick up some stuff, and we're going to come back and we're going to cook it up for dinner. So I'm really looking forward to that. It should be a great weekend. Stick around and see what I get up to. So I thought I'd take you around a wee quick tour. Lots of wee touches in here that are absolutely amazing. From the blankets that are left at the door if you want to sort of take a stroll outside. There's a lovely garden. My big monstrous van sat there. Lovely wee garden, you can sit around with some tables and stuff. There's also a fire pit out the back, so blankets to keep you nice and warm. Love all the exposed brick that we've got here. This is the downstairs bedroom. We've got it set up as two singles. You can have it as a double if need be as well. It's got a TV on there. It has got two single beds, as I said, lovely big mirror and a wee dresser. We come out into the hall. Again, lots of other nice wee touches, a wee sort of antique iron doorstop. Love the colours and the radiators as well. Lovely sort of stag hem to hang up your jackets. And you've got a quite ornate sort of boot horn there, or shoe horn, and a blanket if you want to go and have a picnic. Loads of places to have picnics round about here, so that will definitely come in handy. Into the living room, lovely wee touch here for your dogs. You've got some treats, you've got some poo bags, wee blanket. You've got a Fortnum & Mason's, and that is also full of board games for the family as well. Wee desk. Again, nice sort of paintings, a pheasant up there. Love the sort of mix of antique furniture. Lovely chairs, which is where you'll find me later on because it's right by the fire, and I absolutely can't wait to get it on. And a comfy big couch as well. Yeah, so really nice. And then you've got upstairs, I love all the sort of lighting on here. Take you up here, again sort of more antique touches through, but when you come up here, look at this for a wee quick sort of view. Bathroom is through here and it's absolutely stunning. Beautiful big bath. Love the tiles and stuff, and again when you're in here you can get to look out to the view of the countryside while you relax, so absolutely beautiful. And then you've got, I think you've got the master bedroom up here as well. We've got it set up as a double or a king size, not entirely sure. You've got a wee sort of dresser there, lovely wee bit you can see out the back, and your view for bed looking out into the East Lothian countryside. So this is going to be a good one, can't wait. Going to get myself into the farm shop and raid it. As you can see just out here, farm shop's just to the left, fire pit's also just to the left, which will be really nice. And some of the cottages here have also got hot tubs as well, so it's got everything that you would need. So stick around, see what we get up to. This should be a good one. This is the cottage for the outside. My big van. I always laugh, we do have a car, but again, as I explained in one of the other videos, it's just so much easier with the van. You've got unlimited space pretty much. Well, obviously limited to the size of the van, that's pretty stupid, but anyway, more space than you'd have in a car. So with a baby, it's amazing, and there's 4 adults as well. But lovely garden with a wee seating area looking out to the East Lothian countryside. So I'm going to walk back into the farm shop, have a wee nosy about and see what we can pick up. Here we are at the farm shop. Let's go and take a wee look about and see what we can pick up. So that farm shop is absolutely incredible. The problem you get with a lot of farm shops is they're just not that great, to be honest. They're either really small, hardly any produce, or it's all just produce from that you get in Tesco, really. Got a really good mix in there of sort of far-flung stuff, which you want to get, like nice spice paste and things like that. They've also got a lot of Scottish stuff with a massive emphasis on trying to keep stuff sort of low carbon footprint as possible, as close to East Lothian as possible. So I don't know if you've seen it in the footage that I posted, but they have basically got pink writing with the pricing all along the shop, and that indicates if something's specifically from East Lothian. But what they do is they work with farmers all over Scotland to try and sort of keep produce where possible Scottish, which is an absolutely incredible thing and an amazing thing that we should all try and support. I've just came over to the end of the farm shop because they have got these wee beauties, Hebridean sheep, which is a native Scottish breed, as the name suggests. They're quite small, and look at these wee lambs, absolutely amazing. They're quite small sheep. I think I've mentioned on here before, I'd absolutely love to have a small holding with some of my own animals, and these are actually the sheep that I would love to have, is the Hebridean, pretty much because they look after themselves. But yeah, amazing, always good to see wee lambs. So I'm going to get ourselves back to the cottage, I'm going to get dinner made up, and I'll catch up with you back there. So I managed to pick up a variety of different stuff from the farm shop, try to use a mixture of Scottish produce, local produce, and mix it in with some pasta and stuff to make a nice pasta dish that sort of everybody will like. So managed to use some East Coast cured salami, the Edinburgh Butter Company butter, managed to use Kilduff Farms rapeseed oil, Station House Bakery's sourdough, which I was going to make into a garlic bread, and I also managed to use Yester Farm Dairy's mozzarella as well, which was really good. And basically my plan was going to make a wee pasta dish with that. Started off with chopping up some onions into a relatively sort of fine dice, and then from there just basically cut up the East Coast cured salami. This was the picante salami, so had a wee bit of spice to it as well. So again, just cut that up into relatively small cubes to basically fry off along with the onions. What I then done was basically started to then cut up the garlic. The garlic was also going to go into the actual dish itself, but also be used in the garlic bread that I was going to use with the Station House Bakery sourdough. Relatively local to the farm shop as well, so that's pretty good. Used the blackthorn sea salt. I used it on the garlic bread and in the dish, but also it's really handy when you're trying to get a garlic into a sort of fine mush. Once you've chopped it through, basically it's quite abrasive when you can squash your knife and the salt into the garlic, and it just helps sort of break it down. I then just took the Edinburgh Butter Company, took their butter, which was a really nice butter, and I just added that into the chopped garlic. Now you can use spoons, you can use forks, just get your hand in, it's so much quicker. Just make sure you've got nice clean hands and just get a good mash about basically. You can also add in sort of parsley and herbs. You can add in what you want really to make a sort of nice butter. Really handy because you can freeze these butters and use them year round. I then took the Station House Bakery sourdough bread, just cut it up into sort of relatively thick slices. Really nice bread. This is where I actually had a couple of bits while I was making the dinner, just to tide me over, just with the butter on its own. It was absolutely fantastic. So just cut up enough for the family. We ended up actually having some left over, which was good. I cut it up into nice big slices, and then all I did is basically added it to a tray and took the Kilduff Farm rapeseed oil. Love the colour, that's just a vivid gold. Scotland's version of olive oil, I suppose. Just put that on the bread slices, rubbed it into it, and then I just basically stuck it under the grill to sort of crisp it up a wee bit, and I would come back to that a bit later on where I'd basically just add the garlic butter, put it back into the oven, and allow it to sort of just make into garlic bread. Again, used the Kilduff Farm rapeseed oil, added in the East Coast cured salami and the locally grown garlic and onions. Also added a wee bit of chilli there for the refill station where we put the herbs and spices. Just cooked that down a wee bit, sort of added in the garlic a wee bit later. If you add in garlic too soon, it's got the habit to sort of burn and it goes a wee bit bitter. Then just top that up with a wee bit of tomato puree, and that just adds a wee bit more depth of flavour. It's important that you cook the tomato puree through a wee bit before you add any other sauces. So then just added in some passata. Now it depends how you like your pasta. I kind of like mine a wee bit on the drier side, just coated. Some people like it swimming in sauces, so it's up to you how much you want to add, but I just added what I think I needed for myself. And then basically just let that cook down for a wee bit, start to get the pasta in, doesn't take very long, nice salty water using that blackthorn salt. Started to get the garlic butter onto the toasted sourdough so that I could get that back under the oven just to melt through. And what I would do then is once that ready is I'd also then just put a bit of that blackthorn salt over the top of it as well. It was delicious. That's really nice. I probably made it a wee bit too crispy, to be honest with you, but it tasted absolutely fantastic and so easy
to do, as you can see. I then just tossed the pasta through the sauce. As you can see, I like mine slightly on the drier side, just nicely coated in the sauce. And then just got it plated up for everybody, got the garlic bread to go with it, and we had a absolutely lovely dinner. Really enjoyed it, packed full of good Scottish ingredients as well, and an amazing dinner. And I added that Yester farm dairy mozzarella over the top of it as well. So really enjoyed cooking that, especially using that produce for the amazing farm shop. It just makes things so easy.
Happy with that. Really nice meal. Now just got myself up, got myself into my comfortable clothes for the night. I'm all tomato sauce for cooking. I'm an absolute nightmare. Don't know why I bother buying white t-shirts, to be honest, but just got my shorts on, going to go back down the stair, enjoy a couple of the beers. I've had loads of the Fiscally Cross before, so I know that I love that. I've had loads of the Belhaven Pilsners and stuff, and again all local to here, which is really good. The other brewery, I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, so apologies for that, but I'm excited to try a couple of them. I've also got a Nakando 12-year-old single malt ways, so I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to get that log burner on, just sit and have a nice quiet night, and I'll probably catch up with you in the morning, but I'll shoot. Good morning. So Saturday morning, had an amazing night last night after dinner, got the log burner on, had a couple of drinks, just really chilled, so cosy in the cottage living room in that fire zone, so that was fantastic. Had a great night's sleep in the huge bed, and this morning we're up and out relatively early. We've got quite a lot on the day that Visit Scotland want me to go around and show you. So going to start with a visit to the Scottish Seabird Centre, and that's in North Berwick. So we'll take a wee look about there, we'll get a wee look about the harbour and just generally the local area, and a wee wander around the shops as well, so I'm looking forward to that. Then we have got lunch at the Herringbone in North Berwick as well, so I'm a big foodie, really looking forward to that, so I'll show you what I get up to there as well. And then after that we're going to go and walk off lunch. I tend to overeat quite a lot because I can't help myself when I go to these places, so we'll go and walk that off, and that's at Pressmennan Wood. Then we're going to do that, so I'll show you along there as well. Then it's back to the cottage, chill for a wee bit, and then get ready for dinner. And dinner tonight is at the Waterside Bistro in Haddington, so an awful lot on. Stay tuned and I'll take you along with me.
So we then drove the short journey through to North Berwick. What I love about these cottages is the fact that you're bang in the middle of the countryside. Everywhere round about you, you're also so close to so many attractions as well, so it really is the best of both worlds. We arrived in North Berwick, beautiful wee town, loads of lovely wee multicoloured houses, incredible shops for you to sort of wander around, a really good place to spend the day. We got ourselves parked up and we just went along the short walk to the Scottish Seabird Centre. Really nice, big modern building right on the front of North Berwick. It's got a lovely big gift shop, a good cafe where we had a bit of breakfast as well before we actually headed in. So much to see and do. Spent a couple of hours here sort of interacting with the wildlife cameras that you can control, looking at the exhibits. There's just so much stuff about the animals in our coastline. The theatre's really good as well. We shot videos on all different aspects of our coastlines, the animals and the communities that make them up. Really educational as well. The migration tunnel was great. It shows you about migratory animals, the journeys and stuff they make, and it's got wee bits as you walk through. It's really fun, especially for kids, with the lights and stuff on the ceiling. There's also a bit that shows you a wind tunnel to replicate sort of what birds have to go through on their flights here as well, which is as you turn this corner sort of takes you back a wee bit with how strong it sort of blows in your face. Really enjoyed this party, and it's sort of as you leave the centre, and it's sort of finished off by a wee sort of short film again on the way out that you can sit and enjoy, and then opens up actually in that exhibit. It's right on the harbour at North Berwick, and just to the right you can see the famous sort of lobster shack, which is really popular in the summer. Got sort of a sailing club as well with all the lovely wee multicoloured doors. There's also wee beach huts there and a lobster hatchery. So much to see, a nice beach.
So that was the Scottish Seabird Centre, absolutely incredible, really enjoyed it. Definitely recommend getting along for all ages really, children as well, but adults, information for all different levels. Theatre was really good because it shows wee short films, only about 5 minutes long, so lots of information there. Big thanks to Kevin there, who was really knowledgeable and passionate, talking us through all the exhibits and stuff, so definitely get yourself along if you're ever in North Berwick.
We then headed along to the Herringbone restaurant for lunch. It seemed really busy, so obviously a very popular place. Great menu. It was really hard to choose what we wanted to go for. Eventually went for the smoked haddock croquettes with tartar sauce amazing dish. Worth the visit here alone. I would definitely get that again. Also got cider braised pork belly with mashed potatoes and sticky sauce. This was incredible as well. And then just a short walk back to the van through the town of North Berwick. You could spend ages walking around the shops. Lovely gardens as well. Lots and lots of tulips and very cool.
So it was an amazing way to spend a morning slash afternoon in North Berwick. The Seabird Centre was fantastic. So much to see and do for all ages really, adults, children. The manager Kevin, I was speaking to him for a while. Guy is so passionate about sort of everything that they're involved in for the seabirds or coastal waters and things as well. I could have spoken to him all day, so special thanks to him for taking the time to talk us through the centre and everything that they're involved in. We then just basically took a wee walk along the harbour and stuff. It was blowing a hoolie. It was a bit wild, the weather, but the harbour's really, really nice. Seeing the boats, lovely colourful doors. The harbour, I think that's like where people keep their supplies for sailing, but don't quote me on that. And the lovely wee sort of beach huts as well. The lobster hatchery there wasn't actually open. I took a wee wander into it and the guy's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm actually just getting it ready for the season, so I think it opens in a couple of weeks. But the guys are absolutely amazing. There's also one in Cornwall as well, which I've visited. In Padstow, and basically what they do is they bring in, when the lobster fishermen catch a female lobster that's got eggs on it, they bring some of them in and they basically let her hatch the eggs in the hatchery, and they grow them up to, I mean, tiny. They're really, really small, and then take them back out to sea and really re-release them. But apparently just even growing them to like that size and then releasing them gives them so much more of a chance of survival in the wild than if they were just naturally born in the wild. So it's basically just trying to make sure that they keep their fishery sustainable. Works for everybody. The lobsters benefit because there's more of them. The nature in general benefits, obviously, we having proper levels of lobsters and stuff in the sea, and the fishermen get to keep their fishery sustainable. It's not going to get overfished because they're constantly putting them back, which is fantastic. We then just took a wee walk round about all the different streets in North Berwick. It's an amazing wee town. I've been a couple of times before, but quite frankly don't visit often enough. So many wee independent shops, delis, award-winning butchers, the sweet shop that we visited as well, Sugar Mountain, proper old school sweet shop with all the different sweets that you can choose from. Fantastic. You could honestly spend so much time just wandering in and out of the shops, art galleries and things like that as well. And then we went to the Herringbone for lunch. Absolutely fantastic. The standout for me was the smoked haddock croquettes with tartar sauce. I would genuinely drive from Glasgow to North Berwick for them alone. Really, really nice. And I had a pilot blonde lager there as well. Really, really good. Service was fantastic as well, so would definitely recommend getting along to there. We've now came back, get a quick change. As you can see, the weather's turned a wee bit, but we're now just going to head off to a wee wood that isn't far from here and go a wee nice walk sort of round there to sort of sweat that off, that massive lunch, because we've got another amazing dinner tonight as well. So I'm just trying to find a wee bit of balance. So that's where we're off to now, and I'll catch up with you when we get there. So that's me at Pressmennan Wood. It's only about 15 minutes for the cottage, roughly, there or thereabouts. Looks like there's a number of different routes that you can take, sort of shorter routes and longer routes and a bit of a loop. Seems really nice, to be honest with you, just a nice woodland. It's got a lot of sort of Scottish oak trees and stuff, which they're trying to get much more of, basically, to replace a lot of the, I think, non-native trees and stuff. Really, really good. There's a lot of wildlife about in this area. I passed by a weasel crossing the road just before I pulled in here. You can hear loads of pheasants and loads of different birds and stuff in the trees. I don't know if you can make out just down there. There's a body of water as well. I think the route might actually take us down alongside it, but looks absolutely lovely. So I'm just going to take a wee walk through here and see what there is to see. So I've just come from there. I believe you can follow this trail around here and go sort of up
and back round there. I think that's the longer trail. I'm going to take this shorter one, which is going to sort of just double down back by the water and take me back, just purely because we've got dinner tonight and I want to get myself back and get a shower and get myself changed and stuff. But it's a lovely wood. All you can hear is just bird noise all around, so it's lovely and peaceful. And there's the loch that sort of runs through the middle of it. So really, really nice. Definitely would come and visit if you're in this area and you're looking for a lovely wee walk. Really peaceful as well. There's very few people about, which is good. So I was coming down the path and a wee bit of a sort of clearing opens up and I just came down to get a look at the water and then noticed this in the tree. A wee door. How mad is that? And I just love how sort of it fits in with the tree and stuff. I don't think it's a door that's been wedged in. I think it's actually somebody's just carved it straight out and even put in a wee sort of window. Absolutely amazing. In Scotland there's a lot of sort of mythology and stuff about fairies and sort of magical creatures and stuff, for sort of ancient stories and stuff, so I don't know if that's part of it or if that's just somebody that's had a bit of fun at some point, but interesting nonetheless, and a good one if you've got kids and you want to come down and sort of get their imaginations going wild. Really enjoying this walk, really, really lovely. I was actually hoping to put the drone up to get sort of some footage of the trees with the water in the middle and stuff. I thought that would look quite nice, but there's just a sort of constant drizzly rain and you can't fly the drone in the rain, unfortunately, so I'm a bit gutty about that, but really enjoying myself. Great walk, great way to spend a bit of time after a sort of heavy morning of eating before we get to a heavy evening of eating, so I'll catch up with you if there's any more to show you on the walk. So back at the cottage now, that was a really good walk, really enjoyed it. I like the fact that there's a couple of different routes as well, so you could go a couple of times and obviously take a different route every single time. Really nice, the swans in the water and stuff and the birds just chirping all the way through. I like the fact that I didn't meet anybody else the entire time I was there, so that was really nice. Aye, and just about 15-minute drive for the cottage there or thereabouts. So just came back, got a shower, quick change, and we're about to head into Haddington to go for dinner, so I'll catch up with you there. So that's us just back for dinner at the Waterside Inn in Haddington. Made an absolute mess of it. I forgot to take a camera in with me. Completely forgot. Rookie mistake, what can I say? Really enjoyed my dinner. I had white pudding, pancetta and peppercorn sauce to start with. Absolutely brilliant. It was the best dish in the night. And then I had a pork tomahawk. Really, really nice, really, really nice, dead juicy, cooked really well as well. Cracking location, it's obviously called the Waterside Inn for a reason. Got a river flowing right past it with a really nice seat. I'll overlay some footage from my phone, so apologies that it's not the right sort of ratio when that comes up, but aye, I'll try and get better on the next one. But I really, really enjoyed it. So now back at the cottage, going to get into my comfy clays, going to go down the stair, get the fire lit and just sit and chill. So I might show you some of that. If no, I'll catch up with you in the morning. But tomorrow we've got the National Museum of Flight. Really looking forward to it. There's a genuine full-blown Concorde there that you can go on. So aye, if I don't catch up with you tonight, I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. So last night never got up to much at all, just lit the fire, had a couple of beers, sat and watched the TV. So cosy in the cottage. We absolutely loved our stay at Carfrae. It was amazing. This morning we just got ourselves up, we got packed and we've got away in a van, and we're literally just here at the National Museum of Flight in East Lothian, which is an incredible place. I've been here before but not for a good few years, so I'm excited to be back. They've got a full-blown Concorde that you can see, which is just an incredible thing. You basically walk into a hangar and it's just there, and the first time I was here
it's a bit cheesy, but it actually did genuinely take my breath away just to see it sort of in the flesh. Loads of other stuff here like Vulcan bombers and things like that, and experiences that you can do. So I'll take you around and show you the National Museum of Flight. There we go. So that is Concorde. An amazing thing to see. As I say, I've seen it before, and even then when you walk in the doors, it still takes your breath away. It's amazing how cramped it is inside, like the cockpit and stuff, really squashed. And even the aisles, obviously because it's a thin, narrow plane. But aye, fascinating, and there's so much more to see. This is literally just the first hangar that we've been in, so we're going to go make our ways to see the other ones now. So that was another one of the hangars. This hangar is military aircraft, so it shows you just a load of different stuff, fighter jets and things like that, all through the ages, for sort of World War I, World War II, all the way up to sort of relative modern day Harrier jump jets and stuff like that. It shows you the technology and bombs and stuff. This one here is pretty impressive, a Jaguar, because it's obviously got the look of the sort of modern fighter jet. And that's one of the, well, it is the oldest surviving Harrier jump jet. Other ones. It's really fascinating to see it.
Just as I pressed the button, he broke left and came right across in front of me.
And up here, you've got the famous Spitfire from World War II.
The next section we moved on to was the fantastic flight section, by far my favourite. I think it was all of our favourite. Allows you to get hands-on with a lot of things, really interactive as well. One of the things I really liked was getting a shot of the airship. Really difficult to control, pretty terrible with it, and a bit of a crash landing, but again really fun just to get hands-on with these stuff for all different ages. Also managed to get a shot of the flight simulator. Again, not the best land in the world, you absolutely don't want me as your pilot, but really good to again get a handle on these things for all different ages. Loads of adults were really enjoying these things as well. Things then started to get a wee bit more competitive when we looked at some of the sort of pilot tests, like this reaction test. I did score the highest out of the group, so I'm pretty pleased with that. It was getting pretty competitive, but aye, just a really fun way, and we could have spent hours in this place. We actually had to tear ourselves away because we had to go home, or we'd have probably spent longer going round about them. And one of the things that my mother-in-law was the best at was this sort of bomber run test. That was absolutely rubbish.
So that's our visit to the National Museum of Flight. Absolutely brilliant day out, loads of different hangars, loads of different stuff for people to see. The Flight Experience Centre was the best by a mile, really interactive, lots of stuff for different people to do, actually got a wee bit competitive, and that's with the adults. So really good fun, definitely worthwhile checking out with you and the family. Had an amazing time in East Lothian as well, we've eaten to our hearts are content, had a great time at Carfrae Cottage as well. So thanks very much for watching this one, remember like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.